Are you?
Your mama, whatever. The Smartest Dumb People podcast cover everything. With Anthony That Dude Johnson and special guests, you need to know about everything you need to know. Man, I even had to buy a new pair of glasses after watching the show. So yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure y'all do it on Facebook, Instagram. So stop wasting your time watching other podcasts. It's the only one you need. Hey, yo, what's up? Have you seen the Smartest Dumb People podcast?
Yes.
Yo, what's up? At the hottest podcast in the city, the Smartest Dumb People. I'm here with my nigga, That Dude Johnson. You know what I'm saying? We go way back like 4 flats on a Cadillac. Y'all tune in every week or every time. Hit the like button, subscribe, do what you're supposed to do. Like, comment, share, tell your people about it. Y'all know what it is. It's the Smartest Dumb People.
See, man, when you get that type of money, he literally sing with other people. So, like, this is a story.
This is the best podcast in the city.
Thank you.
I'm not pandering.
You know what I'm saying? And they take vocals and, script and they...
That's how I'm living on Tupac.
You're a real hustler, huh? That's pretty neat. Into it.
But also,
Team, they know she likes to go outside and play soccer by herself. We have make sure like Snoop Dogg, he's an icon in all facets of life. In the world. But
I feel like they cheat stupid. They gonna get caught. Yeah, they cheat with their dick like we cheat with our mind. I feel like
no more. But before I let you explain that, I want to show a little clip of a little monster.
I'm on Pandora, YouTube. I'm on
Students and everybody. Carl. I'm trying to find.
It is what it is. Finally, we went to Rodney Kemp.
There's two cats. No, I'm just hustling anyway. There's two cats in high school.
This is the coldest fucking thing that's going on the wall. These the realest niggas out
Yeah,
there.
you already know.
Like for real, like this.
God, I go off the mentality of the woman, and I know if I know my woman. Smart dummy. Let's go. Welcome. This is the Smartest Dumb People, and I'm the host, Anthony That Dude Johnson. And always is gonna be somebody at this table with me. Today we got Shay, my co-host, Shay in the building, Shay Michelle, Barl T. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Can you hear everything? Everything cool? Everything
good?
I think everything good. Shay, could you check on the lives and see if it's working? I think we good.
I think I was just on it.
All right. I think we good. All right, we're good. This is the Smartest Dumb People. Anthony That Dude Johnson, Shay Michelle, Barl T. We got a lot to talk about. Tap in Tuesday. Let's start with how your week starting off.
It's good. Back to the grind. School started. The new semester started yesterday. So
Is that harder for you when school is in?
yes.
Because you got to get kids ready. You got to get their
No,
clothes
I'm
on.
not talking about the kids. I'm talking about for me. I got homework and stuff.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Trying to manage all of that on top of my everlasting to-do list.
Yeah. Carl, how your week starting off, buddy?
Just getting back in the swing of things. Shit, terrible. You know what I mean? It's terrible. You know what I mean? I had 2 weeks off in the street. You know what I'm saying?
Vacation.
Huh?
You was on vacation, right?
Yeah, I was cooling.
All right, so now you back to work?
Now I'm back to back to it.
Dog,
Just love it.
Huh?
I said, don't we just love it?
Man.
I know. I sounded so excited when I said that.
Mm-hmm. So much enthusiasm.
I ain't gonna lie. So the field I'm in, this is what I learned, and I wouldn't mind talking about this on the show real quick. The field I'm in, man, the people we work with, they will make up stories so much, and then I find myself in a pickle every day at work. So work's been kind of crazy for me. But besides that, man, I'm happy to be back on the show. I'm happy to we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to discuss. We the day we did the show last week, right after that is when ISIS killed the lady, Renee Nicole Good. Basically shot her. She was, I say she was blocking ISIS. People have ISIS. Everybody keep correcting. I call them ISIS for some odd reason. It's ICE. But I said she was blocking the cops, and then she tried to drive off. But when she tried to drive off, she actually almost hit the cop, and the cop pulled out a gun and shot 3 times and actually murdered her. This was not him saving his own life, because if a car is trying to run you over, all you have to do is step aside. You're more agile than a car. It's not like you're going to fucking... Let's watch the clip. I think it's only right we watch the clip and we'll just digest it. I think I got it somewhere. All right, we'll be right back with y'all.
Get out of the car.
Whoa! That's the
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Whoa! All right, so that's the actual clip, man. I'll be the first to say so many people die for the dumbest shit, to be honest with you. And that was a prime example of somebody lost their life. To me, it's not that important to lose my life. Yes, I might scream, ISIS, piece of shit, or whatever the case may be. But I'm not about to stand in front of these men with guns and act like I can dodge a bullet. I'm just not doing that. It's very sad, because if you look on that lady's face, she was smiling. She didn't even know what was about to happen to her. This is how fast your life could change. She was smiling. She was like, "Get out the way, big boy. I'm going to move out your way." And when she was trying to drive off, he shot 3 shots. 1 through the front window and then 2 through the side window, if I'm not mistaken. And for her to lose her life that way, just being in the midst of, obviously, she had a wife. Her wife actually played a factor in it too. Her wife was the one that was egging him on. Like, "Come on, big boy, go get some lunch. We'll be right here." That's the person that should have done.
Was he there for them?
No, they weren't. They were trying to... this is what people are doing. Civilians are trying to stop ICE from doing their job, which that's like trying to stop the National Guard, the military. Like, there's no stopping them. They have unlimited resources to where they're going to beat anything that they're doing. So at this point, being a civilian trying to go back and forth with ICE is crazy. You have to just accept that the government, and it might as well be martial law at this point, because they're doing whatever they want to do, but is it worth your life? You're jeopardizing your life for them deporting people back to another country. I'm not saying it's right, but it ain't worth losing your life over. We just watched the single mother. Well, I'm sorry, I said a single mother. She should be single because she had a wife. I ain't gonna say it. I'm sorry. Mentality. But anyway, Carl, what do you think about that clip?
You know, one on from the officer's point of view, I knew they was gonna try to play the role that she tried to hit him, and it was self-defense, just because that was just obvious. But at the end, after he shot at the woman and the car rolled into the embankment, he said "fucking bitch," and I'm like, damn. So I don't know what his intent was. It just seemed like it was like malicious in a sense. Like, I want to say that he was really defending himself and want to justify what he was saying due to the fact that they was antagonizing him. But I can't say that due to the fact what he said after the car rolled into the embankment.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So I didn't understand that move or that play. And our culture, we deal with a lot of that type of treatment. You know what I mean? That's why I say it's important to know how to behave when you're in those circumstances. There's no way I'm playing with somebody with a gun. I always think my life is in danger. You know what I mean? And then they play like it's an accident or play like they justifying it. That's why I'm always extra careful. We didn't talked about this on the show several times about how to carry yourself and about what kind of behavior you should have when you around these situations with people with guns. You should move a different way. They was antagonizing them.
So what do you think, Shay?
I think whenever you are in a situation where they can spin it, they will spin it.
So she may have been just trying to get past him, but you know that he's going to say right off the rip that she was going to hit him with the car, and you can't get hit with a car and you can't die. So he's going to justify it with self-defense. You got to be aware that that's a thing. I don't think that what he did was justified, and then hearing that he made that remark at the end, it definitely seemed like a power move, if anything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you just have to be well aware of, like, they don't care. Like,
They don't give a fuck.
yeah, you're not their first. Most of the time, you're not their first murder. Like, they
Yeah.
don't care. It's your family that's gonna be suffering, not theirs.
And the thing for me, the video that made it so disturbing for me is this woman thought she was just about to just drive off into the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I just don't understand why he couldn't have, like, shot at her tires or something. Like, you could have shot at her tires. She could have went to jail for obstruction of justice or something, and then she still would have made it home to her family. Like, there are other options. You don't have to shoot to kill right away. But he's going to use the fact that she was in her car and the car was coming towards her as a deadly weapon, because they do consider a car a deadly weapon.
For the life of me, I couldn't understand. He seen her smiling. Like, she didn't
They
look.
don't care about that.
She didn't look like a threat. Like even though they was talking shit to them, they were like cupcakes. They really was. Like, I don't know how in that situation you have two women, obviously one thought they was a man, but they both look like cupcakes. Go get you some lunch, big boy. We'll be here, big. I don't. That was no need to shoot. But like neither one of them was tough guys. Neither one of them looked like they were going to be able to outmuscle you. This is how guns change lives. Also, you put a gun in a coward's hand, they automatically feel like they have power. And we witnessed the coward today, or just in that video today, shoot a mother of 3 with a puppy in the back seat while she's smiling at him, just to justify her almost hitting him. This is what guns do to people. And to be honest with you, that's why when I carry my gun on me, I do always remind myself, you're not tough. This is strictly for self-defense. This is strictly for the worst situation. You are not tough. Because let me tell you, putting a gun on your hip definitely make you feel like you goddamn desperado. It does.
I wonder what the outcome would be if it was 2 civilians in that situation. If there was 2 civilians and one of them was coming at them as if they might have hit them with a car, and the civilian shot through the car and killed them, would they convict the civilian, or would they consider it self-defense? I would want to see a case like that and compare. Because
I would think that they would. It would be considered self-defense.
Right? Yep.
Yeah, the vehicle's considered a weapon.
Now they're also using
manslaughter, right?
Yeah. Well,
now they're actually using his trauma as well, because he had, prior to that, 6 months ago, he had got ran over by somebody and got hurt really bad. So he was 6 months on leave. So now they're trying to use that as a case as well, saying that he was traumatized by a prior incident to where he got ran over. Huh?
That's why he go beat it. Documentation is key.
He's getting off. He got
he go beat that.
all the cards. He's getting off. They're not gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
easy.
Like, for the life of me, I can't stop looking at the way this woman smiled. Let's just look at it one more time.
It was sarcastically in a sense to me. I thought it was a little bit sarcastically, but I guess that don't really matter. You don't still use deadly force.
Let's look at it one more time. You can talk during the clip, Carl. You can talk during the clip.
See? That bitch. Yeah, that's you.
Look at her smile. There's no way I would have shot this one.
That's fine.
There's no way.
I'm not mad at you.
He doesn't look like a threat.
That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you
Her
know.
wife was the tough
It'll be
guy.
the
Now
same
her wife
plate
is
when you
the-
come talk to
okay.
us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us?
Behind
You
her
want to come
wife.
at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car.
One thing about women that are lesbians, boy, they will challenge a man. That is unfortunate.
General, I think this the world
I
we
think
live
studs will challenge a man.
I think women challenge men. I don't even think it has to be a stud. I think we live in this atmosphere now where it's men versus women constantly. And so, you know, it's all about the masculine energy versus the feminine energy. And so now women are like, well, I'm masculine because And so now they challenge men all the time. I don't even think it has to be a stud. I know girls who act like me who are square. I mean,
Act like you.
yeah, like I think I'm feminine. Okay. Like I'm girly, I'm soft for the most part. But also like I've definitely been in situations where I will challenge a man and I don't care.
Yeah.
So
let me read this comment. She said, okay, how and why? How did this transpire? Why did it even get to that point? That's crazy. You're not wrong. And that's what I'm saying. Like, as a civilian, you have to realize putting yourself in that situation. I'm in situations every day that I do not. You know how many people fly by me because I drive like an old man and like honk at me and like flick me off, and I'll be like,
that's definitely
yeah,
great.
but I'm not going to lose my life to prove to you I have to drive faster. Yeah. Like I don't, and I think about this all the time. I'm so scared to die. I'm fuck around and go die just like walking and trip over some shit. Because like I believe in Final Destination shit, but I always like I'm cautious. I'm very cautious, and I don't know if cautious is going to wind up being the fall of me.
I'm not scared to die. When it's your time, it's your time. Like there's nothing you can do about it. If God called you home, He called you home. Like what can you do? You can avoid tripping, or it's still gonna be time. Like there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. I'm not scared to die at all.
Well, you could avoid
you
can avoid putting yourself in certain situations.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? That's why I always say it's important on how you behave when you faced with those circumstances.
Yeah, I'm
you know,
be bucking up at a cop with a gun. We already know how that's gonna end. Like situations like that, yes, but I'm not like just like kill me now. But I'm also I'm also not scared to die though. Like what can I do about it? That's the inevitable. Yeah, but I'm not one of them people. You know, I ain't
all right, we got topics. We got more topics to get to. I just wanted to touch bases on that. I thought that storyline was crazy, and it just goes to show the world. I will end it on this note.
He's getting off for sure.
It just goes to show you how crazy this world is becoming, and how naive and not paying attention to how evil the world is when we're watching a man kill a woman in a car with stuffed animals in her glove box, and we're still having the debate of. This dude was on the Breakfast Club. He called in and he said, "We're living in such a dark time. We can't even decipher what right and what's
wrong is
anymore." We can't. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can. I'm taking this shit to the grave with me. Mm-hmm. I understand the difference between right and wrong. You're not going to mask it with my fucking political beliefs. You're not going to mask it with my racial beliefs. You're not going to mask it with the way I parent. I know right from wrong, and that's a tool that we were taught.
In kindergarten.
Yes. Not even, we weren't taught that. That's a natural spirit thing. That, to me, I feel like it is, right for right.
I don't know if I agree with that because I feel like right and wrong varies from person to person based off their upbringing, their environment, the way that their brain works. Like what we might consider common sense, other people don't see anything wrong with that because that's the environment that they live in. This is what everybody do. So that moral compass isn't the same as what we would consider right or wrong.
I think that.
But like situations like that, he's obviously dead ass wrong. But
y'all remember the saying? Common sense ain't common.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm starting to feel like this. But I also feel like social media was the tool that shifted everything. And what I mean by that is people's beliefs, how people move. Social media made it to where everything is a fucking debate. We just watched a woman get murdered by a cop, and we're debating about it. Now, granted, it's what we do here.
Yeah.
It's content. It's content. But that was me sarcastically said the other week. But I'm saying, like,
I sounded like that.
No, I was joking. Carl, I was joking.
That's horrible.
I just seen this thing, and the guy said, anytime someone mimics a man, they always make them sound slow. It's always like, and then when
yeah, you see how he did
mimic a woman, it's always super rapid. Like, because I said. So that's funny.
Lord.
Let's get to the next topic. Which topic do y'all want to touch base with first? We got the father and the paternity test, or we got the let's do the dad one. The dad one. So a father had his two kids side by side, and they played a game. Let's watch the game they played. We're going to digest it. We'll be right back with y'all.
Move one step forward if you've had a dad that signs your permission slips and forms from school. You don't have to, I mean, if you can still reach, you don't have to let go. Move one step forward if you've had a dad that is willing to leave work to come take care of you. Move one step forward if you've had a dad that makes sure that you are clothed and have your shoes on and ready for school every morning. Move one step forward if you have had a dad to make sure that you've had more than 2 pairs of shoes by the time you were 7. Move one step forward if you've had a dad to tell you that they love you every day. Y'all turn around and say, thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad.
You're welcome.
That didn't take any steps. I'm sad.
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't like the hug at the end. I
Oh
ain't
my
like the hug and the
God.
cry.
There's nothing wrong
I
with him
would have
feeling
like, get
his
off me, little.
feels.
No.
He's supposed to feel his feels.
It's only right. You shot this through chat. It's only right you start this. What's your opinion on that video?
First of all, I just want to shout out to all the dads that are being a dad and being the best that they can be, even if they didn't have the proper example. We don't realize when we're kids. I hope that ain't my car. We don't realize when we're kids the stuff that our parents went through and like the trauma that they went through and the way that they were brung up. And it's not until you have kids that you understand, like, damn, maybe my dad didn't have the best example. So maybe that's why he was short tempered sometimes or impatient or, you know, things like that, because he didn't have nobody to
That's
set
a
that
fact.
groundwork.
That's a fact.
So I think exercises like that, even though it's like something you probably wouldn't do on a regular basis, but for it to dawn on that little boy, I think it will give him a better understanding, you know, as him and his dad grow older together, because essentially you grow up with your kids. It doesn't matter what age you have them, you grow up with your kids.
Yeah,
So it'll give him some insight on like who his dad was and who he is now, and who he's, you know, striving to be. So I feel like that was like a really beautiful things to see. And then of course I love that they black, because it shows you, like, they always say black men are not active, but yeah, they are, even if they didn't have the example. So I love that clip, and I love that the little boy cried at the end, because I feel like it'll help him develop into a better man.
That's deep, Shay, and I appreciate you for bringing that clip. Carl, what do you think about it?
Oh, when I initially seen the clip, I damn near dropped a motherfucking tear, because what I realized is that the kids that we have in today's time is that they take everything for granted. Like, you know, when I grew up without a dad, it made me understand the importance of being a dad. You know what I mean? And I think that our kids sometimes take that for granted. You know what I mean? In my era, when I grew up, nobody had no dad or no father figure around. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just seeing that, and then seeing the little boy, like, he didn't want to let the dad go, like he almost couldn't believe that he didn't have a dad. I love to see that, because, you know, when you grew up in the crack era, most of us didn't have no dad. You know what I mean? So it was very sad, and it was very eye opening when
Uh,
I seen that. Just the
I,
distance. Even the
I
little
like,
boy couldn't believe it. He kept looking back.
you know, I want to touch bases on how, like, basically you said that, like, I was one of the few that had a father figure in my life, and I did until I was 13 years old. I say that because when my dad and mom divorced, they split up, they went 2 different ways, but that's where my life changed. It did. Like, we had the best life in my household. Like, as kids, we had all the video games, we had cable, we had nice beds to sleep on. Life was good. We had food in the refrigerator. When my mom and dad split, that kind of like went left. Right, to this day, I'm learning this about myself too, because I didn't realize how bad my mom and divorce my mom and dad's divorce affected me until like I got older. And then I realized that a lot of the things that my dad was doing, my dad didn't know how. He was around. He was a good father, but he didn't know how to be a father either. Like he really, because his father, shout out to Handu, the Desert Fox, my grandpa. That's what they say. Anytime you say his name, you got to say the Desert Fox. But my grandpa was a Rolling Stone for real. My grandpa had a whole van with a bed in the back seat of it because how many women he was just sleeping with, and that's what he did. And my dad kind of, I wouldn't say he lived off of that mantra or that ego, but he kind of just followed in his father's footsteps when it came to my mom. I didn't know these things. I didn't know that my father was like, my mom was catching him cheating. I just thought my mom and dad was in the middle of the street fucking fist fighting and pulling out knives and bats. No, my dad was cheating on her. She was doing shit to him. And the older we get, we realize how our parents went through shit too. And then like, even like for me, these are light bulbs that come on for me. I'm like, damn, my dad went through this. Because like, let's be honest, I feel like I'm gonna say it, but I mean this with the most lightest vibe. I feel like an absent father now, right? And I raised my kids all the way up until I got in my last relationship, and I didn't see my kids as much as I would like to. Now, when people ask me, do you see your kids often? I'm like, I see them when I can. That shit doesn't sit right with my stomach, but we're all like adulting. We're all like, my daughter's 16. She works. She goes to school. My son is 24. He has a fiance. He works. We don't have much time together. Now, I tell myself this all the time. Am I fucking up by not being there for my kids? Because I'm there. Like, I'm one phone call away. My daughter texted me today. Cash App money. Boom. I feel like I'm there, but I'm not where I want to be with my children. I want to be in my daughter's presence. I want to touch her hand. I want to fucking play in her hair. I want to fucking wrestle with her. I want to punch my son in the stomach when he walks by me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so as a father that went from being a very present father, because I was married for 20 years. I was with the same woman for 20 years. And I was there every day for my kids until I got into another relationship. But this is where, like I said, not to be too long-winded, but that's where I understand where my dad, he had to live a whole separate life because he got a new wife. He had other shit going on. And at the time, from 13 to 18, I thought my dad was a piece of shit. No, because my kids could say the same shit about me kind of in a weird way. Because once you get in a new relationship, that dynamic changes with your kid. Should it? No. But it's so hard. When you're having blended families and you're trying to... My situation was very easy because my fiance at the time wanted to be a part of my kids' life. My kids just don't fuck with people like that. They don't even fuck with their cousins and family like that. So it was a dynamic. But as a father, I'm just, like I said, I'm not trying to be too long-winded. But as a father, dynamics do change. Like, you can go from being the most present father because you were married to this woman. I like yours. Like, you've been in a situation where you had an in-house father. When the split happens, shit changes. It's not the same.
It's not the same. But also, I'm gonna be real, I don't feel like that's an excuse either. Especially when you have, free will to access your children whenever you want to. I understand that you're not in the house anymore, but there's so many ways that you can fit your children into your schedule. After school pickups, lunch, we'll do lunch together. Y'all spend a Saturday afternoon together. Just have them come over. You pull up on your son. I'm not saying this about you personally. I don't think men know how to. But you may not know how to, but you know that that's an option and you can always learn.
I like I said, I might be getting too deep here, but I'm telling you, as a father that love my children, I do not know how to schedule things like that. Like, women, they gonna make shit shake for their kids. My kid's mom I love my kid's mother to
That's
death.
the problem right there. You know that, right? We make it easy for y'all.
Yeah.
We do all the dirty work and then we just make it easy.
Well, let me give praise to
because when the mom, this is gonna sound fucked up, but when the mom ain't shit, the dad is normally amazing.
Well, I will say, like, my kid's mom, like, she deserves a pat on the back every chance I talk about her. I have nothing but love for her because that woman held it down, and my kids ain't missed a beat. When me and her split up, my kids still had the same shoes they was getting every month. They still got the same clothes on. They still had the nicest shit. She did it without me. I was there to support her in any way I can, helping her, giving her money. But my kid's mom didn't miss a beat when I left that house. And I like, me and her talk about it all the time. I respect and commend her for that because she could have really been one of those people that went into the abyss and started being depressed or whatever comes with divorce. And she didn't do that. She stepped her game up.
I definitely know some women who like they detach from their kids after like a breakup or a divorce. I've definitely seen that happen.
That was a heavy on my heart right there because like I just feel like I'm failing my kids and I'm not trying to get emotional.
Dads are important. People don't mention that enough, but dads are important. Y'all are literally like the groundwork for the man that you're raising, like the man you want your son to be and the man that you want your daughter to end up with. Like y'all literally have a bigger part in a child's life than y'all realize. Like everything about like the stuff that we praise women for being a mom, you know, like making shit happen, not missing a beat, whatever. At the same time, like yes, that's important for a child to see, but at the same time, it's also having them miss a major dynamic because essentially what your son is seeing is a woman who will go hard for him and don't take this the wrong way, but a woman who will go hard for him to no end, and then a man who just pops in when he pops in.
Yeah.
So then that means your son could do the same thing to his fiance. Like his fiance might get fed up one day and be like, "Hey, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, and you're just doing this," and he's like, "Well, shit, that's what I thought a man would do." Well, and then the same thing for your daughter. Your daughter could grow up and fall in love with a man who just pops in and helps her when she's drowning.
Well, I ask my kids. So I ask my kids this all the time. So when I speak on me failing my kids, it's just my perspective, not them.
Yeah,
my kids feel like I'm present. My kids feel like I'm there. I'm telling you, as a human being that likes personal interactions, I don't feel that way. But my son still what makes it me and my kids' relationship special is they call me for important things.
That's
which makes me still feel alive as a parent. My son will call me and say, "Dad, so I got this 401k. Should I do this?" And those that's like the fuel. That's the fuel that keeps me like feeling present as a father. Because I know my kids is like, so me and my kids had this conversation all the time. Anybody that knows me knows the situation. I went through a horrible breakup. So I told my kids, like, y'all have to give y'all dad grace. I was depressed. I could have fucking blew my brains out. I really could have. The way my breakup, the way we broke up, I could have went into the abyss and been depressed and been homeless and been on drugs and I got off my ass. I strapped up my bootstraps and I made shit happen to where like I had to function for myself. To function for everybody else, if that makes sense.
Yes,
so me and my kids have those conversations all the time. And I'm telling you, the only thing that keeps me thriving as a parent is my kids let me know every day is they don't take it personal. They don't. Like even my daughter, like I said, she'll text me, "I need lunch." I said, I'm starting to feel like a trick. And I don't want you to have this.
Teenage girls, I have a teenage.
I'm like, I don't want you to feel like this is what we're doing here.
No, that's just teenage.
But that's the least I could do for her because I tell her, like, everybody see my "Let's Get This Money" posts all the time. Like, I'm working to be able to, when my daughter reach out to me for $50, I have it. I'm working to where my daughter needs her college tuition paid for, I have it. I have bigger goals than to sit at home and act like a parent. I have goals that excel the average mentality of a motherfucker to where I came from have. I want life insurance. I want to be able, when I die, I don't want y'all selling plates. I want y'all to be like, damn, I just got $250,000. Not that I want to die, but I'm just saying that's what comes with when I'm trying to be a responsible parent and do things that are breaking generational curses for me. I can speak for myself, and I've said it on the show 1,000 times. My dad doesn't know who's getting what when he dies. And I'm like, you're failing us. You worked your whole fucking life. And me and him argue.
You think your dad don't know? I think your dad know.
No, but I still
he probably ain't saying it. It just will cause problems. Worry about it when he ain't here.
Oh, so you saying he might know from a standpoint of
he know who's getting what?
Man, Anthony Johnson Jr. getting it all. Anthony Johnson Jr. getting that whole 1.5 when he died, and that's that.
Your dad look like he gonna live to be 120 though.
I know that's the sad part. That's the sad part. That's the sad
your
part.
Dad straight Johnny Bravo for real.
All right, let's get to the next topic. I feel like we touched. Oh, we didn't get no comments. You want to read these comments, Shay?
No.
Shay.
I can't even see it from here.
I'm gonna read them.
What is
All right, let
this?
me read these comments. All right, we got Miss Garcia. Shout out to Garcia. She said, when you're as young as that boy, your dad is your bestie, and you can't fathom that they didn't receive that care. Yeah, that's all as far as I'm going.
Tell Miss Garcia she don't know. She ain't no man. I'm just
Oh
playing.
my
I'm joking.
God,
I'm
God,
joking.
damn,
I'm
God
joking. I'm being
damn.
tough on Miss Garcia.
Garcia, you said you and Carl would be besties.
That's my dog. For real.
Huh?
That's my dog.
Yeah, Garcia, she my dog, man. Garcia, she's one of my biggest supporters and a good friend of mine. I love Garcia to death. Shout out to Garcia. She's the teacher at the school I work at. Let's get to the next topic. The next topic is energy.
Mhm.
Let's speak on energy. Another Shay classic right here. Let's watch the clip. We'll be right back with y'all.
Life and death and power in the tongue. Be careful what you say. Be careful what you say. Be careful with the things you consistently talk about, because you're inviting that energy and vibration into your life. There's life and death and power in the tongue. Be careful what you say. Be careful what you say. Be careful with the things you consistently talk about, because you're inviting that energy and vibration into your life.
When people say, how are things going, you say, wonderful. You say, how's life? You say, terrific. You say, how's your relationships? Couldn't be better. How is your health? How are you feeling? I feel great. In other words, don't talk about negative things, because when you talk about negative things, you actually increase them and you draw more of them into your life. Look at the people that you know who have problems. You notice the people that you know have problems all the time, never seem to solve their problems? Are people who talk about their problems all the time? To him that has shall more be given, from him who hath not even that which he has shall be taken away. Now, this is another critical point with regard to relationships. And I learned this again in my studies. It is that each of us has a certain amount of suffering that we've gone through, and people fall in love with their suffering. People love their sufferings. As a matter of fact, they feel that they've paid for it, they've thought about it, they've lived with it for so long that most people are very reluctant to give up their suffering. You can't talk them out of it. You say, well, why don't you just forget it? Why don't you just put it behind you? Why don't you just get on with it? They say, well, I can't do that. Do you know how much I've suffered? Do you know how much emotional investment I put into this relationship, this job, this career, and so on?
All right, so that's the actual clip. It's only right. Shay, what do you think about the clip?
I live by this. So I watched a documentary on Netflix called The Secret, and it literally talks about like the power of the tongue and like manifestation and like, you know, controlling your thoughts and bringing good energy into your life. And I watched this, I don't know, probably 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. It's been a minute, but I replay that every time I find myself like in a slump and I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna get out this slump, and I start being super negative. And then so I'll replay that so it grounds me and it makes me like remember that I need to be grateful for what I have, and shit ain't all bad all the time. Like, you got to go through it to get through it. You know what I'm saying? So you might have a little slump, but until you go down the little slide and get the fuck off the slide, you're not going to get through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just sit on the slide and keep talking about how fucked up it is that I got to go down this slide. You just got to go down that motherfucker. So just go down the slide. Like, so I live by that, and I teach my kids this all the time, especially like having a teenage daughter, because I explain to her, every time you complain and every time you zero in on what you don't like, you make your world a little smaller. And then when you bring it up again the next day, you make your world a little smaller. So now your world is just consumed by all this shit that you don't like, all the stuff that you gripe about every day. This is the only thing that focuses, like, that's on the forefront of your brain. So now your world is this small. But if you can just find one thing to be happy about, one thing to look forward to, one thing to be grateful for, your world is opening up a little more. Like, people who are in the midst of a struggle and, like he said, falls in love with their struggle and who they are because of their struggle, their world is this small. If you talk to them, that's all the fuck they can talk about. But when you talk to somebody who has become a little more enlightened and they see the world for what it is, it's a world of difference. Like, the vibe is so, you're like, oh shit, I never even thought about doing that before. And they're like, oh girl, you can do it. And you're like, maybe I can. So I live by that. I think that the tongue is one of the most powerful tools that we have.
I agree wholeheartedly. Carl, what do you think about that?
No, I agree. I just seen something on a guy. He was explaining what the English language is. He was saying it was like witchcraft, and what the word grammar mean, what the word spells mean, and things like that. So I definitely think it's important how we use our words and how we use them in a positive influence in our lives. Definitely, I just think that that's important.
Y'all
So,
ready for this? Y'all ready for this? I'm about to blow
yep.
y'all fucking mind. I keep telling people that like we are gods within ourselves, right? I've been saying this for a while now, and I learned probably 2 years ago that if you speak it, it will happen. And then I started getting around. I got to give a shout out to Savio. This is my guy. He's just my guy. I learned that when you speak it and you're around the right people, as it's saying, we need to recover broadcast. This is deep. You get around the right people, the right positive minds, the right thinkers, and you all have the same common goal, which is like I want friends to call me like, "What? You ain't work out today? Man, get off your ass, dude. You got a whole like. I want to be around people like that. I don't want to be around people that's
The more
trying
people
to.
you hang around, you'll be fit.
Yeah, and like I realized that the power of the tongue is strong. So I always try to stay positive. Like I say, hey man, make sure y'all check out the Smartest Dumb People. We're about to have 1 million followers. Motherfuckers like, you great. I'm like, all right, okay.
It's always delusional.
Yeah, but it's still like a message behind what I'm saying. Like I know I'm not where I want to be in life, but I know where I'm headed.
Yeah.
I know that what we do here and outside of our this podcast, like there's a whole world out there of like shit that we can accomplish, but you have to have the right mindset. So I do believe, like I think that the power of the tongue, and I do believe that we are gods within ourselves. That's why they have like the picture of the universes where everybody have their own universe. Like you create your own atmosphere and your own universe. If you're around crackheads talking about crack, you probably gonna smoke crack.
And your world is gonna be this small.
Yeah. And then I had this conversation with my dad. He like they put a Church's Chicken on 90th and Maple. I was like, you live on 72nd and Swanson, man. You can go to 90th and Maple.
Right.
I ain't going over there, but he's in this little box, which is fine. But I treat motherfucking Nebraska like it's a city. Like, you know what I'm saying? I treat Nebraska.
There's so much world out there.
Yes, because there's so much Nebraska out there.
Yeah.
There's so many other places, but you definitely got to have that mindset of like speaking positive about yourself, speaking positive about your surroundings, speaking positive about where you're trying to go in life. You cannot sit and somber like I do sometimes. Like depression is fun. Depression can be fun.
Depression likes to pop his head.
I ain't gonna lie, depression is kind of sexy. Like
shit ain't sexy.
When
That shit is not sexy.
When I be sitting at home in my bag by myself, I be like, I like this shit. And then I get a call from Savio. He'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, it's 72 hours in a day." He don't say that exactly, but it's 72 hours in a day. Get off your ass, go get some money, do something, and he keeps me going. Like, to be honest with you, he is the reason that like the podcast. We've had slumps, but it's also because he's like, man, I watched the podcast, and you got something there. You just got to tweak this, tweak that, and it's motivational. And then I got my cousin now on the side of me. I know that the Smartest Dumb People is on its way.
Here's my power of the tongue story. It's silly, but it's real. So when I was pregnant with my oldest son, I used to always, like when I was big and uncomfortable, I used to always be like, I just want to wake up and not be pregnant no more. I just want to wake up and not be pregnant no more because I hated the end of the pregnancy. And so when I was in labor, I had to have an emergency C-section and they put my ass to sleep. So when I woke up, I wasn't pregnant anymore. But that's not how the hell I wanted that to happen. But that's what I spoke over my pregnancy and delivery. Like I literally spoke that up and made that happen. Like I woke up and I wasn't pregnant anymore. And then I was sad because everybody got to see my baby before I did. So I was asleep for probably like 4 hours after my son was born because of the anesthesia and stuff. So then I was like, damn, I got to be careful what I say because I said that for probably like 2 months straight. So I literally spoke that over my own life.
Yeah, I mean, I believe
it's
that
like
shit.
The little silly shit that you don't even think about.
I believe it too. Like I'm telling you, like motherfuckers. I told people that I'm in like I'm in autopilot right now. The autopilot is I know where I want my life to be a few years from now. The autopilot is I don't care what person is pissing me off at work. You ain't about to knock me off my stoop. I don't care what is going on outside of work. You're not gonna knock me off. Like I just tunnel vision, and I think that's the best way to be. And I realize the most successful people have tunnel vision. I also noticed that the most successful people, in order for them to get where they got, they had struggles too.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's going to be call-ins. You ain't gonna be able to make it to the smartest dumb people. You know what Bill used to tell me? Bill used to say, "Turn that motherfucking camera on." Bill used to say, "Turn that motherfucking camera on. I don't care if you got to do it yourself."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "You got to keep going."
Because prayer without works is dead. So you got to put in the work with the shit that you're praying for.
Yeah, that's a fact. Let's watch this clip. I got a clip. It's a motivational clip. Should we do that? Yeah. Should we do that? Yeah. It's tailored to what we're talking about. It's Jay-Z talking about when he speaks with like players that make it to the NFL and they get lazy right away because they got a contract. Let's watch the clip. We'll be right back with y'all.
You built the people that keep it real, the people that keep it real with you. You know, that community you built is super important. The people that keep it real with you. You know, just kiss your ass and just tell you what you want to hear. Tell you, yo, bro, it's been 3 days, man. You ain't hitting it hard anymore. You're not working out. You're not attacking it the same way, bro. Like, get in there, man. I'll come with you. What time is running? Let's run. 6 o'clock. Let's get up. Let's run, man.
I will say this. This is the angle that I feel like me and my cousin Carl relationship is going. Like for years, Carl was like my big brother, and he gave me so much game in the streets, right? Like hands down, he was like, that's a 3.5. It was like he did shit that my own big brother didn't teach me. My cousin taught me. So I tell my sister all the time, I look at him like my big brother. People say, where your brother at? They say Carl. Like Carl was the person that taught me how to function in the worst time, which was the crack era, shit we was going through as kids. And now we're healing men, growing every day. And Carl called me for advice. Carl, I never thought we would get here.
You raised them right, Carl.
Yeah. I never thought we would, or who's making more money, or we both have the same goal. And iron sharpens iron. And I think that's the way I want to live. Like, I want to be around people that tell me when I'm wrong. For real. Like, I don't want you to be a yes man as my friend. I want you to tell me your personal opinion on what I should do from the standpoint of the outsider looking in. I can go either way with it, but it's very healthy when it's a positive message. Like I said, I might want to say, man, I ain't going to work tomorrow. And you're like, why? Like, don't.
No, I just don't feel like it. Like, well, don't you got bills? You tell yourself to go to work.
Yeah, but you could also be that friend that say, well, you need a mental health day.
Yeah.
You know, vice versa. Like, whatever works for you, but having friends in your life that is not just there to say yes to you, or not just there to fucking clock it. To not just, I'm sorry, that's it. Pause.
Whoa.
I'm sorry,
Hey, but listen, what I was going to tell you, some of the best people in my life has been people that didn't hold me accountable. I had a coach, Coach Gainey. He used to be so tough on me, but what it did, it just motivated me, made me grind, he just motivated me. He was mean, he was ornery, he didn't let me cut corners. I actually work with someone right now, really, you know what I'm saying, that's really similar, that hold me accountable too right now, in the same systems in the same situation like my Coach Gainey. So it's kind of like I be needing that person around me to hold me accountable, you know what I mean, just to keep me on the straight and narrow.
I want to say
I like that.
Coach Gainey. Shout out to Coach Gainey, because I want to say this, and I promise you I'm not even making this up. At 22 years old, Coach Gainey, you know how they used to do inspections. Coach Gainey, because of Carl, and I'm going to say this because of Carl, and because of the relationship Coach Gainey had with Carl and his mom, Coach Gainey wouldn't even come in my house. Like, you know how they would inspect your house in order for you to pass the inspection. He would never come to my house. He'd be like, all right, you pass. Coach Gainey never walked around my house, never seen who was there, which it was in my wife's name, but he knew I lived there. And we weren't married at the time. We was boyfriend and girlfriend.
That was a violation right there.
Yeah, but
you shouldn't have been there. You shouldn't have been there.
Coach Gainey was solid. For real. He was a very solid dude. When it came to, he's still around. I said was. He's still around. Coach Gainey, where is he at?
I don't, you know.
Oh, fuck. I didn't close the show out.
Dang.
Carl, I think I didn't close the show
No,
out.
you
Actually,
didn't.
okay.
No, that my phone was ringing. That was an accident.
But yeah, we might need to have Coach Gainey on here. I want Haynes on here. I want Haynes on here. Bad.
Coach Gainey got to be up there in age though right now. You know what I mean? I don't know where he at as far as health wise, and is he even capable of even coming to the show? It would be a good thing.
I doubt he's that old, like to where he's not cognizant.
He coached a lot of players. Some players went on to play college. Some players went on. You know, we had some. We played against some studs. Now that I think about it, you know what I mean? For real, throughout the city of Omaha, people that didn't made it.
Hey guys. Now it's time to say goodbye to all my Negro friends and the Asians.
And the Asians.
We ain't fucking with Caucasians right now. Caucasians just banged on my door, called me a nigga. We ain't fucking with Caucasians.
That is funny.
That's what he should have showed. Shit.
Look, this is the smartest dumb people. Y'all got something to say before we get up out of here? Shay, you got something to say before we get up out of here?
Just my reminder to all the girlies out there. You know, it's the beginning of the year. We in the gym. We eating right, feeling good, looking good. Summer is less than 6 months away. Don't let nobody ashy ass son fuck up your summer and put a baby in you.
God damn. God damn. Pause. Damn. Carl, I did not co-sign that. Carl looked so disappointed. I did not co-sign that.
Don't do it. We
Carl,
almost
you got something to say? You got something to say before we get up out of here?
Yeah. With that being said, practice safe sex. You won't have no children.
Listen, this is the smartest dumb people. Anthony That Dude Johnson, Shay Michelle in the building, Barl T. Y'all have a great night.
Yo, at the hottest podcast in the city, the smartest dumb people. I'm here with my nigga, That Dude Johnson. You know what I'm saying? We go way back like 4 flats on the Cadillac. Y'all tune in every week or every time. Hit the like button, subscribe, do what you're supposed to do. Like, comment, share, tell your people about it. Y'all know what it is. It's the smartest dumb people.
See, man, when you get that type of
Because he clearly single with other people, so like, they just was a story.
This is the best podcast in the city.
Thank you.
I'm not pandering. You know what I'm saying? And they take vocals and, scripts and they start living on Tupac.
You're a real hustler, huh? That's pretty neat.
But I also met
They know she like to go outside and play